Welcome to my channel. Today we will learn about conservation of energy, which is the part of work, energy and power of second chapter of 10th ICSE physics. So let us start. So first thing is law of conservation of energy or principle of conservation of energy. What is the law of conservation of energy or principle of conservation of energy? It states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another form. Means energy can be transformed. It can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another form. This is the principle of conservation of energy. So, a statement is here. According to the principle of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor can be destroyed. It can only changes from one form to another. Like basically we know different forms of energy in previous part B, different forms of energy. In that one we were already study. So on B, in continuation of that one, today we will discuss in law of conservation of energy, we will discuss how the potential energy is going to be converted into kinetic energy, and kinetic energy can also be converted into the form of potential energy. That part we have to discuss today. And what we are going to, we are going to discuss about that same part. If there is only an interchange between the potential energy and kinetic energy, the total mechanical energy, that is the mechanical energy means it is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. That is the mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. It means total energy of the body always will be conserved, always will be remains constant. That is the meaning of conservation. So energy will remains constant. So kinetic plus potential. Potential is represented by U, kinetic energy is represented by K. When there are no frictional force, as there is no frictional force. Now we have to prove it. So next part is the theoretical verification of kinetic plus potential is constant. That is the mechanical energy is constant for a freely falling body. So just before starting this derivation, I will explain it. I want to tell you exactly what we are going to study. We are taking any body, suppose this is a ball, it is at height h, it is at rest, we have not released it, it is at rest, so its initial velocity is 0. So as the velocity is 0, we can say it is at rest. As velocity is 0, so kinetic energy will be 0, because we know what is the formula for kinetic energy, it is half mv square. So kinetic is 0, but it have certain height. So due to that height, it will possess the potential energy, because the formula for the potential energy is mgh. Height is there, it have its mass, so potential energy it will have. So kinetic energy is 0, but potential energy it have, which is maximum. So sum of kinetic plus potential will be mgh over here. Now as we release it, suppose it comes from here to here, then definitely it attains some distance. This will be distance as it comes over here. So from here to here it has attained some distance, and velocity also changes. Initially its velocity was 0, but when it comes over here, suppose its velocity is v1. but height also changes. Height was more, now this height become less. Height always will be measured from the ground, so height become less. Height will be h minus x, whatever we want to take. So height becomes different. So again, here kinetic energy, at this position the body will have its kinetic energy as well as potential energy. So sum of kinetic and potential should be same as the whatever was total energy at top position. That should be the same on energy over this position. Now we are going to discuss about third case, when body returns to the ground. It comes from here to here, then here. As it comes to here, then its final velocity becomes, height becomes 0, because I have mentioned already, height always measured from the ground. So height becomes 0. Height becomes 0, it means potential energy at this position becomes 0. But when it is falling, it will have maximum velocity over here. So it will have maximum kinetic energy just before touching the ground, just when it touches the ground. So with that velocity, whatever kinetic energy will be there, that will be maximum. So in all cases, we are going to prove total energy at highest position, total energy at any position, and total energy at lowest position will be constant. That will be constant. That we have to prove. That we have to prove in this expression or derivation. So we have theoretical verification of kinetic energy plus potential energy is equals to constant for a freely falling body. Once again, it is a freely falling body. What informations are given, just we can write. And already in the diagram we have, in diagram here, at highest position initial velocity is 0. So height is h from here to here, height is h. As body comes from A to B, then its velocity, initially it was 0 at highest position, but it attains some velocity as v1, and by that time it attains some distance x from maximum height. So we will find out kinetic energy and potential energy and we will add them. So total energy at this position we will find out. And third condition, when it reaches to point C, by that time its final velocity is v and height becomes 0 at the ground. This is the ground, because all the height, every time height is going to be measured from the ground. So that will be 0 over here. So we can start at position A. At position A, initial velocity u is 0. So therefore kinetic energy will be half mu square, which will be 0 because u is 0. So kinetic energy becomes 0. Now what about potential energy at height h? For potential energy, since potential energy is mgh and height is h, of course. So therefore here height is h, distance from the ground is h. So since total energy is equals to kinetic energy plus potential energy, so it will be 0 plus mgh. So total energy we are getting mgh in this case. So total energy is mgh. This I will take as equation A. Now second case arises when body reaches to point B. When body reaches to point B, by that time its velocity is v1. When it reaches from here to here, so final velocity is v1 and distance is x. Distance is represented by s. S is x, a is g, acceleration due to gravity, and u is 0. So fine, So we have to find out kinetic energy as well as potential energy. So we can write, first we will find out potential energy in this case. Since we can write, since potential energy is mgh, so here I will take as height as h1. This height is h1, say h1, but h1 is now h minus x, so it becomes mg h minus x. So this is the potential energy. This I will take as equation 1. Once again I will explain this part. When body comes from A to B, by that time it attains the distance as x, so s is x. Second, when it reaches to B, its velocity becomes v1. So height is always measured from ground. So what is the height of this body when it is at point B? This height is h minus x, because entire is h, this is h, and this is x, sorry, this is x. So this height will becomes h minus x. So potential energy we get. Now think about the kinetic energy. Since kinetic energy is half m v1 square, because at B, at position B, what is the velocity? It is v1. So kinetic energy will be, okay, already we have mentioned it is half mv1 square. So further what we can do? We can find out v1 in terms of x, in terms of distance. How we can find out? So we can apply the equation, since v square minus u square is equals to 2as. It is the kinematical equation. Terms must be clear. So v is v1. So v1 square minus u is 0. U is 0 because initial velocity is 0. So u is 0 is equals to 2g. Instead of s, what we have to take? Instead of s, we have to take x. So it will be 2gx. So v1 square is equals to 2gx. This is v1 square. So this kinetic energy will be, therefore kinetic energy can be written as half m, what is v1 square? It is 2gx. v1 square is 2gx. So ultimately we get kinetic energy as half, 2 get cancelled. So no need to write half. It becomes half get cancelled, 2. So it becomes mgx. Now this is kinetic energy. And initially in equation 1 we get the potential energy, kinetic we get, potential we get. So total energy will be sum of kinetic and potential. So since total energy is equals to kinetic energy plus potential energy, so total energy is kinetic energy is mgx plus potential energy is mg h minus x, from equation 1 and 2 we can say. So mg will be common from both. You will get x plus h minus x. So minus x plus x get cancelled. So total energy becomes equals to mgh. So initially we were get in equation 1 also A, in equation A total energy was mgh, and again we get total energy is mgh. This I will take as equation B. Now for next part, when body reaches to point C. Where is point C? It is the point when body just touches the ground. By that time, all the terms we have, when it just touches the ground, by that time its final velocity is v. Its height will be 0. Height will be 0 because all the distances are always measured from ground, and when the body reaches to the ground, by that time height will be 0. So these all the informations we will have now. So at position C, what points, important points are there? Final velocity is v, initial velocity is 0 because it comes from here, initial is 0 and final is v, and height is 0, and distance will be equals to, distance always measured from where we are measuring the velocity. So from here to here. Now distance will be equals to height, So those all the terms are here, u 0, s becomes h, a becomes z. So we can find out kinetic energy. Now since kinetic energy is half mv square, but we have to find out v. So for this we can use again kinematical equations. Since v square minus u square is equals to 2g h, or s, 2a s in fact is there, 2a s. So therefore v square minus 0 square is equals to 2a, and s becomes h, u becomes 0, u 0, s becomes h, we will write here h. So this term will be h. So v square is equals to, and a will be g, a is the acceleration due to gravity, g. So 2gh, this is v square. So therefore what will be kinetic energy? Kinetic energy becomes half m, what is v square? It is 2gh. Now 2 get cancelled, so kinetic energy we are getting as mgh. This is kinetic energy. This is equation 1 say. Now same way we will find out the potential energy. Of course potential energy is 0. So we can write, since potential energy is 0, potential energy is mgh. So therefore potential energy will be mg into h is 0. So potential energy becomes 0 because height is 0 at ground, height h becomes 0, So further we can write about this one. So therefore total energy is equals to kinetic energy plus potential energy. Now kinetic energy is mgh plus potential energy is 0. So total energy again we get mgh. So energy of any freely falling body is always conserved, remains constant, and that is equals to mgh. Mean to say sum of kinetic energy and potential energy is always conserved or remains constant, and this is the principle of conservation of energy, because at every point energy remains same, it does not destroy. Now some examples are there about that part, just we have to explain this one. There is one graph about the conservation of mechanical energy in motion under gravity, freely falling body. So what we have observed, at maximum height potential energy is maximum but kinetic is 0. So potential, this is the axis of potential energy and this is kinetic energy, like this. So at maximum height potential is maximum but kinetic is 0, and same way at maximum height potential is maximum, kinetic is 0, and at ground when height becomes 0, by that time potential energy is 0 because it is start from origin. So potential is 0 and kinetic is maximum. When potential is minimum, kinetic is maximum. This is the axis of kinetic. So this is the graph for the conservation of mechanical energy in motion under gravity for the freely falling body. Next, another example is application of principle of conservation of a simple pendulum. About a simple pendulum. So what we know about the simple pendulum, as we can see, this is the rigid support through which any pendulum has been suspended, and this is the bob whose mass is m. So at this position, if the bob is at rest, so kinetic will be 0, but we know it is oscillating like this, and when it reaches to extreme position, when it reaches to this position, its path is like from here to here, then here to here, then here to here, then back here to here. So when it reaches to extreme position, that time its final velocity becomes 0. As it is same as we have earlier discussed, if any object is thrown in upward direction, when it reaches to the maximum height, by that time its velocity becomes 0, then it is start to return. So the same concept is here. When it reaches to extreme position, by that time its final velocity becomes 0, so kinetic becomes 0, but it attains height h from here to here, so it will possess the potential energy. So at extreme position, this is extreme position, potential energy is mgh and kinetic energy is 0, and sum of these two is again mgh. And about this extreme position, again same thing, it is total energy is mgh, and about this one, height is 0 at this position. So height is 0, then potential is 0, but kinetic becomes mgh. And you have to remember one relation always for this. For this, what we have to remember? We have to remember potential energy at maximum height will be equals to kinetic energy at just before touching the ground. Kinetic energy of body just before touching ground. This is kind of concept. So potential energy is maximum, which is mgh, and kinetic energy is half mv square. In that case, get cancelled, so v square is equals to 2gh. So v will be root of 2gh. This will be the formula, or from here we can write one more formula, that if we wish to calculate height, then it will be v square by 2g. Fine. So in this topic we were supposed to discuss that much. We have finished this part with theory 1. So in next video we will discuss about the numericals based on this topic, which is conservation of energy. Thanks for watching this video.